Hello, you guys. I just woke up from a nap, a much needed nap, and I'm on my way to tour New Salem, Illinois, with my daughter and my grandkids. And I just wanted to do a little vlog and take you guys along with me. If this is the first time you are watching this channel, make sure if it sounds like something that you'd be interested in, make sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe to this channel. Share this video with whoever you think might benefit from it. So having said that, welcome to my channel. Oh, and to give you a little idea of what the content is about, it's mostly about the paranormal. It's about being motivated and staying on track in life, and to find your balance in life. Also, to enrich your mind so that you can use your mind to its best and fullest potential. That's a lot, but hopefully you will enjoy this channel. And now my vlog begins in New Salem. As I said, since I was a kid, and that was way back in the days. It was a tradition for third graders in Springfield public schools to take a field trip to New Salem. Okay, and I think this is a campsite too, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't even remember this part. Like 3 of them are mine. Okay, this is the entrance.
Okay. Take your time when you were.
Please do not enter the pasture. Oh, that's over there. I don't know.
They don't fear such animals.
What?
Snake.
What's it?
Oh, Lord.
I would. You know what? I was thinking that there could be some snakes out here.
What are snakes out here?
Uh-huh.
Wait, that was why I said I didn't know those snakes.
I don't know if it's about being in the you can go in. So you can't go in there. You can peek in, I think.
I want to go in.
You can't go in.
Stop.
Oh, sure. Small houses. That's how they was back then. Who
Well,
lived
they
there?
won't let us go inside, but we can.
Ugh, stink.
Does it? What does it smell like?
Stink. Who lived here? I don't even know if anybody actually lived. It's like a perfect day.
Oh, it is. Hey, is that an outhouse?
I think so.
Willie Bear. Let's go see the outhouse. That was cold. Ooh.
It's a bathroom.
Is it? It's an outhouse. Be careful, honey.
You can go in there one time.
It's the porta potty.
It's a porta. Oh.
I'm not going in there.
I think you can go in that one.
Oh, that's an outhouse.
Okay, you can go in this other one over there.
Ew.
You go in here. No, you can go in there.
Little bios on the porches of the houses. Okay, this is eerie. Wonder if I get an EVP. Oh, this is his Cooper shop. Did y'all go in there now?
Yeah. No.
Huh? You lived here. If that was your house and these were your friends, what would you be doing today? You would just be, you couldn't be on your phone because they wouldn't have phones back in those days. I'm gonna read this bio. The Trent brothers lived here in this little, I guess this is a log cabin. They built it for their families. He was a corporal in Lincoln's company during the Black Hawk War in the autumn of 1832. He bought William Clary's store and was issued a tavern license that December. On June 6th, 1833, he was issued a license to operate the New Salem ferry. She said?
She said, get stuck in Washington. That's what she said.
That's deep.
Do you know what this is, y'all?
Yeah.
What is it?
Take a guess.
You know me,
Trash
she's not
one?
with us. She's
A well? She didn't want to go.
Yeah, she's bad.
Someone get stuck down there if they jump down.
Well, that's happened before. Hey, these aren't called basements. These are called cellars.
Is that where they lock people in?
They stored food down there. Just different stuff.
But that's probably how they walk in the south. They probably walk like this.
You think so? Why would they walk like that?
They act all fancy. Yeah, that's like, no, actually they walk like this.
Because they bougie.
They walk like this.
You're silly.
They walk
I'm not trying to be funny, but where'd they keep their horses?
They walk like this.
Do they even have a bath? How they use a bath? They ain't got the bathroom.
You didn't see them outhouses?
Oh.
Willie Bear seen them. Oh my God, I feel like I've stepped back in time. You know, there's always that one person in a tour group that wants to lag behind. And that's me today. Because I think I could get an EVP. Let's see. I'm going to turn this camera around. I wonder if there's anything going on in here. That looks like a noose.
Seen that movie. What's it called? It's with Janelle Monáe or whatever, the singer.
Lulu. is this, a church?
It's a school or a church?
Oh, it might be a school. Oh, this is a schoolhouse and a church. In 1826, this was occupied.
Let me teach.
Interesting.
Class, let me learn about it.
You know, there could be snakes in here. It's awfully dark. It's perfect for snakes. So don't get too comfortable. And they really thought back in the days this was going to keep intruders out.
Class, we're going to be learning off 1, 2, 3. You know the way. You know, people in the 1800s were kind of dumb.
Oh, they probably thought you were too, girl.
Okay.
Come here, Willie.
They probably, no, I think they use a better time, like, it's like.
Look, there it is over there.
It's like what? Oh, the bell.
Uh-huh. See? The triangle? Something hit it.
Ghetto, dude. Turn to eat your ding ding. Bells. If you hit it with like a metal.
Yeah. House is real simple. Just an eerie calm inside there. Now you can kind of see it better because there's more light coming through.
I'm trying to think what's the best way to get there.
Probably the way you're going.
Go through the grass. Would you ever live?
Okay, we already saw one snake. I'm pretty sure there's others. What is stinking?
Oh, it smells like.
This is
I don't know what that smells like. Make it out.
It's steak.
It's like.
That nasty.
Maybe it's, I don't know.
People in 1800s, bro, it's skunk Friday. Yeah, well, you need to do Oh yeah, I was gonna throw it in.
interesting.
I was joking. Is that water go trash in that room?
Yeah, that's a well.
I'm taking a break. This is a pretty big area. It's like walking into a neighborhood from the 1800s in Illinois.
I thought they were short back then.
What was
Yeah, people. I think people were way shorter back
What
then.
was Strader Avenue like? It wasn't there back then.
You can kind of see in the distance, like little log cabins. And in person, this is so surreal. By the way, you guys, this is New Salem, outside of Petersburg and Pleasant Plains, Illinois. And probably the bigger town would be Springfield, Illinois. About 3.5 to 4 hours outside of Chicago. And this is so real. As I mentioned, it takes you back to the past, you know. And there's their garden. There's their kids. No, those are my grandkids.
Oh yeah, where their kids?
Yeah.
Here goes my house right here, buddy.
That's how they talk, huh? All right. My granddaughter thinks she knows.
Turn on the flash.
Oh,
Okay, I've turned torch on.
Robert Johnson's house. Like a whole family lived in these log cabins. That's unbelievable.
Hey Siri.
There's somebody in here.
No, it's not.
I feel like there.
What you doing in there, buddy?
Don't you talk to me.
That's why they talking, sir. So they say what they're doing.
What's going on?
If there is, they can talk.
What you
The
doing there?
EVP. But they can't follow us.
Look at April looking in the window.
Wow. Yeah, this is a garden. Probably really typical. Everybody had their own garden. Of course they did. I'm gonna get out of here because I don't want any critters to get me. I think I'll go visit the Johnsons over here and see what they're up to. Since cell phones And telephones haven't really been invented yet. Looky there, there's my house. That's where I live. There's my bench, my porch. It's Martin Waddell residence. I notice all the residences have the male as head of household. I guess that was typical. And most of these structures were built in the 1800s, like 1830. Yeah.
It's a dragonfly. Kill it. No.
What kind of off-brand doorbell? What was their doorbell? Where did it ring? They said,
You act like it was quiet. I mean, loud.
Wait,
they probably do this.
Wait, double.
That's a two-story house.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, they was wild.
Probably. You know the Tanner, the Governor Tanner.
Oh. Is that his raggedy house?
Well, back in them days, it wasn't considered raggedy. I want to go deer hunting. Not really. This, what was a barn? Hey, y'all be careful over here, because I don't know. You hear me, Lulu? Something may have changed. What?
No, because I don't get no signal out here. So ain't nothing I can do about it. I have no bar. Well, you can't because I don't have any service. I just told you. I don't have hotspot right now. I'm not getting nothing on here.
I like the troll.
What in the world is this?
Park and rent, I'm playing. What is this structure? Almost looks unfinished.
I'm confused. I don't.
Phew, that smell again. I don't. There's an outhouse. Wonder how they cut the grass back in the days.
All of a sudden, here you are. So this is the home and office of Dr. John Allen. He's one of 2 doctors here in the village. Back then, it wasn't necessary to go to medical school to call yourself a doctor. If you could paint your name on a piece of wood and hang it out, you were a doctor.
That's amazing.
Isn't that scary? But Dr. Allen did go to medical school. He attended Dartmouth out east. He studied heroic medicine, which was cutting edge for the day. The basis of heroic medicine is they felt there were 4 fluids in the body that had to be balanced in order for you to enjoy a healthy life. And those were green bile, yellow bile, blood, and sputum. Do you know what sputum is? It's spit. If one of these was out of balance, then how would they attempt to rebalance you? They would either puke you, poop you, blister you, bleed you.
Poop you.
If none of that seemed to help, they would give you a dose of mercury. Now, of course, today we know mercury is very poisonous, but back then they felt that there were some medicinal properties to it. With your house. Now, back then, now they had very little for anesthesia, and they had absolutely no numbing medicine.
Oh, wow.
So what we consider kind of a speed bump today, back then was a big stinking deal. Now over here in this table, this is some of Doc's surgical instruments, also the medications he took on his house calls. In the corner there's a pair of crutches that he would have loaned you had you needed them. Now Doc was not only your doctor, but he was your dentist, your veterinarian, and your pharmacist.
Of course.
One-stop shopping, folks. Now, so because of the fact that he was all of these various things, like if you had a bad tooth, he'd be happy to pull it for you. If it was a front tooth, he'd pull it with this. Now keep in mind, no numbing medicine. So it's sit down, open up, and hang on. Here we go. If it was a back tooth, this is what he would use. And they just kept it turning.
Oh my God.
I'm so scary.
Now, okay, we all know what this is.
Yeah.
Toothbrush.
Yeah. They didn't have Crest and Colgate back then. So what did they use for toothpaste? They used ash from the fireplace.
Oh.
I think I'd have rinsed real good. How about you? But
Interesting.
now before we go too much, remember there's charcoal toothpaste on
I just
there.
bought some today.
It's just fancified ash from the fireplace.
Wow.
Wow.
Now this is a stethoscope. Does it look like the one your doctor uses? No.
No way.
Nope. Mine doesn't either. So this part goes to your chest. The listener listens here. It does work. Not as well as today's, but it does work. Now, in 1830s, there wasn't any x-ray yet. There was no casting supplies. And you know those ace wrap bandages that we like to play with?
Mm-hmm.
They hadn't even been thought of.
They used your bonnet?
So,
They used your bonnet?
yeah. So if you would have broken your arm here, they would have given you something like this.
Oh.
And they would have wrapped you with an old piece of fabric. Now, if Doc didn't have the right size, he'd have trotted you down to the Cooper, and the Cooper would have made a splint that fit you. Now, if you broke your wrist, this is what you would end up with. Now, I know this looks kind of
Like a shoehorn.
really weird. But listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Hear me out. Take a look at your wrist. Take a look at the outside of your wrist. You're going to see a natural curve here. Mm-hmm. By putting these two pieces of metal in here, they were able to recreate that natural curve. So they put you on here like so. It would keep your wrist in a neutral position. They would wrap you again with an old piece of fabric, and you'd heal. And when you had healed enough that you no longer needed the splint, you would have been able to start to bend normally again. Your doctors in town. The other doctor, Dr. Regnier, liked to sedate his folks with alcohol if they needed something. Dr. Allen, on the other hand, because he was the sponsor of the temperance movement, no way would he have given his patients alcohol. What he would have given would have been laudanum, which is an opiate and a derivative of poppies. I know, opiate and alcohol.
Yeah.
But they didn't have the plethora of poppies back then, so you couldn't really get hooked.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
It was a 1-dose, 2-dose kind of thing, and you were done.
Was this a hospital?
No, there was no hospitals yet.
This was his office, this building?
This was his home and his
home.
office.
Wow.
But he did not see his patients here.
Oh, he did not. Okay.
He saw them at their home.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. This was his safe haven for he and his family.
Family, and there's one bed.
Yeah. Well, the daughter was quite young, and there's a wicker basket over here.
Aww.
What?
How did he protect himself?
How did he protect himself? From what? Germs?
from bad guys.
Oh, from bad guys? Oh, from bad guys. He had a gun. This is
Well, finally leaving New Salem. Extremely interesting. Hope you guys could tolerate that presentation. It was interesting. Okay, I'm taking a break. I'm tired. This area is so big. I'm out of shape. This is really nice and really, really educational. It took us about, close to an hour to tour New Salem. And I feel like I could have stayed even longer. I wish I had a tall glass of ice. Tea, no sugar. I'd be sitting out here the entire day, soaking up the sun.